Maybe. That was 9, but Danny walked in. So we're good. So I'm gonna call to order. We'll start off with the roll. We'll start off with George Alvarez.
Here.
Rodolfo Blanco.
Here.
Eric Brandon. Not here. Stephen Brimo.
Yes, sir.
Matthew Casamayo is here. Jose Llano.
Yes, sir.
Jessica Medina.
Here.
Manuel Perez. No, Romy is not here right now. Andrea Riccici.
Present.
Magali Rubio. Oh, not here. Notice. John Tingle just stepped outside. He is here. Carlos Padilla is not here right now. I know he's out of town. And then Daniel Gonzalez back there. Cool. We'll move over to orders of business, deferrals, additions, deletions. Anybody have anything on their end? We can come up over the end of the year. All right, cool. Move on to public comments. I know we have a few guests here with us today. If anybody wants to jump in, Lynn, you want to kick us off, or maybe officer back there, George, anybody?
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Lynn Matos. I am super excited to be here today. And with some of you, I've been with you half the afternoon. We did the podcast today for the Miami Lakes Chamber on behalf of the Miami Lakes Food and Wine Festival. And while I was there today with Matt, it reminded me that in the beginning, when I was young and whatever, back in 2017, the Economic Development Committee was supporting committee for the Miami Lakes Food and Wine Festival. And so I thought it was fitting that I pop in and say hi and thanks for the memory. That was super fun to think about that all those years ago. I do still have tickets remaining, sponsorships. I'm never going to say no to that. So if there's anybody here who wants to get further involved with the festival, that would be awesome. I'd love to see you. If you haven't bought your tickets, you can do that at mlfoodwinefest.com. Jonathan, you've done a phenomenal job of helping, put the word out into the community. One of the things that I've learned this past year is a lot has changed with social media and the way that people are getting their information. Social media no longer has the reach that it once did a few years ago, but I did want to come in and say thank you. The Food and Wine Festival's mission is kindness and community. And today we talked a little bit about the sub mission, if there is such a thing, and that would be the supporting of the local businesses, which the festival has done from the very beginning. We are very blessed to be aligned and affiliated with the greatest people in the world, because I'm, convinced that the restaurant people and the wine and the beverage people and the small businesses that really make this community and every community really special, we're supporting that endeavor, and really proud of the work that this committee is doing and the chamber is doing. We're happy to be a part of the community. Thank you very much for allowing me a moment to speak.
Cool. Thank you so much, Lynn.
Thank you.
Is there anything that we can continue doing or help?
Attend, spread the word, buy tickets. I think that, you're the best ambassadors for small businesses that the community has along, hand in hand with the Chamber of Commerce, which you work very closely with. So I think that, as I go about in both my real estate business and with the food and wine and the other things that I'm involved in, our small businesses, our local businesses really need our support. During the holidays, I saw many of you, around at the local shops and the restaurants and supporting them. I just think dine local, drink local, party local, stay local, because these wonderful companies, George being obviously the owner of BB's Bakehouse, they're pouring their hearts and souls into our community. And in conjunction with what you're doing and what things like the festival are doing, we've created a really cool food scene in Miami Lakes, which continues to flourish and grow and bloom and just really become a destination. We want our residents and our friends and family to stay here or to come here, if they live outside of our area. So anything you can do to promote. If you see things on our social media website, it's ML Food Wine Fest on Instagram. Feel free to share it, because the more information that we get out, we have a lot of sponsors, man. I don't know, we're up to like 16 local businesses that are sponsoring, and they keep, we keep adding, thank goodness, and really grateful for that. So anything you can share, put out, you're the heart and soul of the economic and small business community here. So it just, again, because it came up in the conversation with Fred today and with Chico and Matt, that, you know, in the beginning, I came and said, I need you guys to help, you know, make this happen, and look at where we are today. You know, we had a DJ on the marina dock on year one in the dark. So, you know, we've changed a lot over the years, and it couldn't have happened without the support of all of you and the people and the residents of the town. And it's a group that comes from our local area that attends for the most part. So, thank you for asking.
Awesome.
So two things. I sent you all an email, a link to the website where you guys can find more info and you can share the link. We got tickets. Second, who wants to take minutes?
I'll take them.
Okay. That's it. Nice.
See you.
Go Beans. Yeah, go yours.
All right, good evening, guys. Some of you may already know, my name is George Barrios. I see a lot of familiar faces from the Chamber of Commerce and other events. Owner of BB's Steakhouse. Excited to be here. I've been meaning to attend one of these meetings. I just, stars didn't align on my end, but I'm glad they did today. I was a guest on the Chamber's podcast earlier today, along with Lynn. It's a great effort. I wanted to commend everybody for their efforts on this committee as well as the Chamber of Commerce and supporting local businesses in Miami Lakes. I wanted to commend you guys on that effort. We're going to be participating in the Miami Lakes Food and Wine Festival as well. So excited to be a part of that, and just excited to be a part of this community, which has nothing but supported us from the beginning. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming.
By the way, you're very well.
Get to see other people. Cool beans. I think we got one more in the back, right?
I concur with Lynn and the gentleman, and I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome, good to hear. Always happy to hear that.
You want to go on it or not?
Some very stereotype.
Okay.
Stereotype.
I did not mean that.
Alright, cool beans.
Matt, if I can, just one.
Yeah, what's up?
thing, woman of personal privilege. Daniel and I go way back when I was chairing Youth Activities Task Force. He served with me for so many years, and, you know, for those of you who might not know, he's a very accomplished author and has many, many talents and abilities. So it's really fun to see you serving and continuing to serve all the years that you've done that. So,
Thank you, and I appreciate that.
No, yeah, Danny's the best.
yes, that means we were doing all the right things back in the day when you were in high school and beyond, because you kept serving and continue to serve.
I love participating in Miami Lakes, in my hometown, so, right.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for mentioning that.
I want to know where you're written. Good sharing.
I didn't even know you wrote anything, Danny. I didn't know that. I've known you since elementary school. I've never seen your writings.
Yeah, writing things that you didn't know.
Got him on the spot now.
Yeah. Be a short story night next week. All right. All right, cool. Now we can move on to the approval of the minutes. So the last regular meeting minutes, I'm not sure, I don't think we approved them because there was no forum on November. So it's the ones from October.
Well, it's both.
Good.
Yeah.
What?
November was.
Oh, you're just gonna do.
It was
bundle them up?
public record of the.
Okay.
It still was.
All right. So this is what, November and October bundled up. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. They're both in there if you guys want
Okay, if anybody wants to take a second to peruse that or take a look. For the most part, I know a lot of it was just holding off until today for those last couple meetings, especially October with like the BTR list that we have here, because we were waiting for Andrea to give us the inside scoop that she has on, so we know what we're spinning our wheels on and what's actually somebody to reach out to. But other than that, I think some other stuff too, it might be stuff that we're gonna talk about today, the display quote, the member pin quote, all that kind of stuff, so. If anybody wants the motion for the
I'm
minutes.
thinking in October, but I can motion the approval of November.
Second.
So we're good for, so what was it again? It's all in favor. That's right. All in favor. It's been a while. It's been a while. Been too long. All right, cool. So we need someone I think still for October. You do? Okay, cool. So I'll second. All right, awesome. All in favor?
All right.
All right, awesome. Cool.
That was quick.
Yeah, so we're good there on minutes. Cool, so we can move on now to the budget, and then this is something that I brought up last time, but we didn't have enough people to do a proper vote on it. But I got a quote on the member little pins that we can get for each of us, that way we can have something that can kind of signal us out in networking events and, you know, separate from having a photo or something that's a little cheesy like that, that we can put on our jackets or on dresses or anything like that. So, let me grab that quote. So I have it here from AC Graphics. I only got one copy, so we can pass it around.
Okay.
It's for that pull-up display that we talked about, like those like the banners, that's like about yay, about this wide, and you just pull it up, it's a few feet up, I guess, like a little bit taller than me, so not too big. And then, so yeah, I know that's something we talked about before, so this is just the official estimate. I'm assuming we got a vote on that as well, right? I'm sure
Mhm.
to do that. And then in terms of the budget, that would come out of the
So we have.
marketing or no?
We have our
Or like
networking. Well, we have a few line, I mean, I'm not gonna say, let's, go from one or the other. We have our marketing line item,
Okay,
which, when we biz.net gets pulled out, it's 2,000 left over. And we have the networking, which maybe you could say can order there, at this point, it really matters for $3,000, but it's.
I think it's marketing, I think they throw it under there.
Yeah.
Because I know the networking one, we had to kind of split up for the, like the quarterly things, like having a set amount. So I think we can throw it in there. Yeah, we could go around.
We got other quotes in the past.
No.
I didn't before, that's why I didn't grab that, because that one was
I couldn't get.
easy for me, but I wasn't sure if there was stuff that
But you
you
did,
decide,
right?
right?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
looking at,
different banner?
yeah, I can't remember the name of the last. The banner, pull-up banners that we used to have, I can't remember the name of the company, but the contact is just not there, so. Do you guys wanna maybe discuss artwork or? What you guys are looking like?
What, the badge? I
No,
just told
the,
them silver.
The banner.
Oh, the banner.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I think the
That
badge,
includes design in there too, by the way.
Okay.
So that's like, having EC Graphics design it as well.
okay,
And then, at that point, then we can go through the whole process like we did before with the videos, but actually have something done.
So we're gonna get your AC graphical design and I will look at it before.
Yeah, try to do an
before the
approval.
green light.
is there a design yet?
No, not yet, because we need to
Right.
get approval. That's gonna happen.
Um,
Yeah, that's why I just wasn't sure with this, like how the cadence works, or if there's need to get other requests, like RFPs, stuff like that. I wasn't sure how that works.
Yeah, that was why I asked.
Exactly, yeah. But like I said, this is me providing it, 'cause this is easy for me, obviously.
I mean, it seems really, probably.
no, when it's,
a really good,
I
really
think
good
when
quote,
it's
but I don't know.
$600, I don't think it needs to go out for bids, when it's $600. If you guys wanna discuss the design so that you can take it back and, or like colors or. What the vision is.
Well, I mean, the purpose is for like trade shows or marketing
Yeah.
events, and stuff. So really, it's really. Yeah, so economic development.
I have a photo display,
Right.
the chamber has one. That way we have one to throw up there too, so it's like, yes, this is all three of us
Standard.
together.
Yeah, so it
That's-
should be pretty standard, not very cluttered, right? I mean,
Yeah. That's why AC Graphics, I know from personal experience, knows how to design these
yeah,
a lot. They do this on the daily, so that's why I'm not too worried about the design. The only thing that they need, I guess, is the logo, which we have, like we have a
Yes.
finalized logo, we have colors and stuff like that, and then from there. We just kind of approve it that way, like I know we have, generic things I can pull from the website, like generic information. I don't think this is gonna be too much of an issue in terms of like the approval, stuff like that. And we don't have to wait for another meeting, once this gets approved, I'll already, I'll let AC Graphics know and get the people going and all that. And then we could do approval similar to what we did with the videos in that, in terms of emails, and then once we get a couple thumbs up and that here and there from, whoever can reach out, if it's good to go, it's good to go.
I'll make a motion to proceed with the design work and whatever. Well, yeah.
Cool. So all in favor? Right, awesome. Good on that, so all that, these guys.
How are you? Hey guys, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good, sorry that I'm late.
Don't worry.
I sit over there, open the back. Hey guys. Hey,
Good.
Okay.
All right, cool. So we're good there with the budget. I don't think there's anything else in terms of budget differences for right now. And move on to the old business. So we've got here the BTR list update, and hopefully we can fly through these. So Andrea, thank you so much for me. To help us out with these.
I don't know everyone. so-
No, I know. You're just here to help us out, be like, oh, they've been here for, they're just moving or they're just re-licensing.
I tried my best to consolidate like addresses with.
Yeah.
with each
And
other.
color coordinating,
So hopefully.
that's a lot.
I know, that's good.
Getting better.
I mean, it's been a few months and this list is not even that big, so I think you did a good job. Pretty concise. Cool, so we'll start off. So company Pura Vida Dairy Inc.
I can do that.
Yeah, sweet. Next up is Miami Home Brokers Realty, real estate office.
I'll take that one.
Cool, thank you, John.
I believe.
No worries. So the attorney's office, law offices of,
I'll take that.
you got it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
He's existing, so. He's not even here.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay. Next one is.
Hey, dude. I know she.
All right. Next one is PGN International
I better
Group
call.
LLC, wholesale distributor. Got it. Sweet. Next up is Pharmalab Enterprises. I think we've seen that before.
They've been around,
Yeah,
I
we've seen
think
that.
they just expanded.
Okay. Yeah, I'm almost certain that was.
I'll
Yeah.
take
I
that
went
one.
not that long ago. Oh, you still wanna do it?
I'll do-
Doesn't hurt. Next up is Waller Design LLC, Administrative Office. Waller Design.
I'll take it.
Thank you for that. And then these people look like they're right next door to these guys. The USA Truck Brokers. They're in the same building. Floor up. USA Truck Brokers.
Might as well. If it's in the same building, I'll do it.
Sweet, thank you for that. Next up on nurse or midwife.
This next group's been there. I mean, I feel like we've done them a few times. The Healing Touch.
Oh, is that who this is?
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Oh,
nurse
yeah,
or
Healing
midwife,
Touch,
so I'm
yeah.
I'm assuming they're just,
Okay.
new individuals working for
Yeah, I
them.
think you get new RNs and then it
Yeah.
does that. Okay, cool. So we're good on that end.
So is the whole over list.
Yeah, and the next one is this is all people all together. This is Care Max, so this is not in touch. This is something else.
They're new, I think. I don't know their name.
They took over the 5-story office building over there on,
Okay, yeah, so this is a good
next to
one.
Nicholas.
Yeah, we had the women coming.
Which,
No, that was Univita.
That was gonna be either.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is Karen, this
This
is
is Karen.
next to the Nicholas.
cool. Oh, we should definitely do urban cutting for them then.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll do this one. We'll reach out to them, see if we can get something going. All right, next up is M&J Real Estate Group. Home office. Got it, sweet. Thank you. Awesome. All right, up next is a therapist. Essential therapy services. What's up? Did we do them already? This before? No,
No.
no? Okay, so essential therapy services.
No.
Anybody looking for a shrink?
All the bankers.
That's only the bankers. After the.
Yeah, it's probably there.
After the wait, another surgery and stuff.
Any takers?
Okay.
Thank you. Up next is Hop Integrators. Interesting. Administrative office, Hop Integrators.
Nothing.
Thank you. Okay, up next is Goyalo Home Care Services. Goyalo Home Care Services.
I
Inc.
take that.
Got it, thank you. Beauty Services Signature Cut. I guess I can do that one.
Excuse me, I have to go.
Good luck.
Yeah, you got it.
Right.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, we got a call on, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Good news there.
All right, up next is ophthalmologist CC and P Optics.
I can take that one.
Sweet. Right. Up next is physical therapy center to midwife or nurse, so we got simple therapy group. Looks like who this is, these two. Simple therapy group, another therapy.
I'll take it.
Thank you. Okay, up next is a viewer service VIP nails and spa.
At the retail location.
Looks like it, Northwest 77th Court. It's,
That's a Wiki.
yeah,
That's a Wiki.
it's where that optics is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
What they open?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I think they're good.
Up next is Dania Carmona Gonzalez. EPRN. Another nurse.
That's just an existing building that are.
Is that all that is?
That's what I think, it's probably an existing company with a new.
Just one nurse, that's right, that's weird, it's just one nurse. Oh yeah, My Sanitas, yeah, she's part of.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, so we're
Bank
good.
of America.
Yeah, they've been there.
Yeah, so we're
Bank
good
of
there.
America.
All right, up next is Norwich Building Supply.
I'll take that one.
Cool. Awesome. Next is H&M Elite Solutions.
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
You got it? Cool. Thank you. We got Targeted Case Management of Florida. Admin office.
I'll take it.
Cool. Up next is Family Health Massage Therapist. Family Quality Health. I can jump on that one, I guess. Up next is Elite Education Training Center. Educational institution. Got it. Thank you. Okay. Next is Aglow Medical, clinic or medical center. Aglow Medical. Take that. Got it. Thank you. Up next is Bernal Construction Corp.
Take it, take it.
Thank you. Up next is What's on Your Mind, Inc. Interesting. I guess,
Pick up on the building.
yeah, all these next ones are all in that same building.
I'll take it.
What do you got?
Yeah.
I'll try to do the What's on Your Mind, I guess. I'm curious.
I'll
And
take it.
then the one underneath that is Golden Group Home Health.
Yeah, I can take that one.
Cool, thanks. All right, up next is Vasquez and Vasquez Investment
I'll
Corp.
take. it.
And then American In-Home Care LLC. Anyone can help with that one.
I'll pick it up.
Got it, thank you. Forward ahead. The next one is BB's Bakehouse. I got that one. George, you good? You got ribbon cutting? Yeah?
We all got that.
All right, we're good on that one.
Oh.
I got that one covered, guys. And then the next one is the therapist RNC Prep Scam Corp. RNC Prep Scam? Prep Exam? Prep Exam? Oh, Prep Exam. Damn.
No, I'm guessing.
No, that sounds right though. Prep Exam. Another therapist. That's what it says on these on the license say.
I'll take it.
Right. Last few. Harrison Behaviors LLC.
These last three are all Regis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, these three together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're not the same
Four,
business, but
four of them.
Oh, I see it.
Four. Four.
I get you. But they're each different businesses, right?
Correct,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, sweets.
okay.
yeah, different suites.
All right, cool. So does anybody want to jump on the Harrison Behaviors? Going once?
I'll grab that one. Or was it the therapy capital?
Yeah, right, there's a lot of therapists this time around. Maybe they. Up next is Assertive Comprehensive Care, Inc. Assertive Comprehensive Care Incorporated. I guess I'll jump on that one. Next, right? Up next is Med Miami Home Health. Another home health care. Somebody wants to jump on it. Last couple, guys. It's getting exciting. All right, I'll do this one. You got me. All right. The next one is nurse or midwife, Libya M. Valderrama. Looks like she's part of something else. Insightis?
And
I'm not sure.
momentum's been there for.
Okay, so this is the last one then. Who wants to?
I was gonna do the
Oh,
last one, so
Oh, no, wait.
whatever you want.
Momentum's been in the lakes for like a long time.
Oh yeah, so momentum's good then. So then the Libya Valderrama, you got it ready? You doing that one? Or
No.
Carlos, you doing that one?
Carlos, you believe it. Doesn't matter.
No, that's good.
All right, cool. All right, so we're good there. We're good there. Did you get it all, Jonathan? The people? I wrote it down here just in case. It might have been some that I,
You're gonna send
Not
the
the voices
resume like
mixed up.
last time? If you send, that will be great. It's, that way I don't lose a thing.
no, yeah. And as well, Jonathan, if you don't mind doing that whole thing you sent to, the little script that John, yeah, if you don't mind doing that every time, that helps. No, I know, yeah, we all lose it every time. That's why I would appreciate it, because I send them out, do the call sometimes, and then delete that email, and it's gone. All right, cool. So that's the BTR list. We've got what we gotta do for that. I'll try to speed through this then. Okay, so. I'll give you a second, Don, let me know.
I mean, you're good.
All right, the next thing is the status of the promotional videos. back
I
to that.
have not received any correspondence.
Have you tried, like,
Yeah.
reaching out?
Yeah.
How often do you guys send stuff? Out of curiosity.
Before the holidays, it was 2 or 3, I just, this week at Monday, yesterday. Just to make sure I, up to the 11th hour of this meeting, so that I sent something, and I don't know, I really don't know.
And he called me.
Right, it's the voiceover, right,
I
so.
mean, it works with us with the podcast. That's why. So we get,
Last lunch?
yeah, we get stuff done with the
I told him,
podcast still. That's why I was wondering where this has been.
I was pretty blunt.
We,
I told him, what's up?
but we talked about if we
I
can
told
get
him,
the
what's up?
voiceover.
What did you say?
And what did he say?
He didn't say anything. I was gonna talk to Matthew. No, he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything. I'm working on it, and so forth. Was that the last luncheon? Or we were?
Yes, he was featured.
He was featured in the last
Oh,
one?
yeah, that's right. He spoke. That's right. And he
Yeah,
has been doing a podcast. for us. He's doing
Really
a
got
podcast.
Really?
well, so what we talked about was if we can get the voiceover, fine, just give us the video and we have members and even then it's like. Even that easy, it's like,
What was the resolution regarding the budget? We were going to pay him or not?
He's paid, yeah. He's
we
paid.
have
He's
the
ready.
video, it's just not
He's paid.
the voice.
From the last one, budget.
Something, I don't know, he was working on us to approve if we wanted it, but.
Where was it that he was featured?
It was a feature just in the chamber. He was, there, somebody else had a member spotlight and he was a part of their presentation, is what it was.
Because it's not nice to look for more business and like, get on my sheet.
So I don't know what's going on with that specifically. That's why I don't get it, because usually, for the most part, he does things. It just takes a little while. That's why I don't get why this one has been
I mean, we're,
completely forgotten. It's weird. But I'm gonna. I don't know. I'll try to reach out to him. I just don't want to get too involved again, like what happened last time.
Just have a
I'm
real
dealing with him with a lot of.
come to Jesus talk with the guy.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, say, hey, you know,
no contact.
What do you mean? You know his phone number?
Well, I could call him, but beyond my spam email, it's been nothing, so
So the only thing you tried is emails, you haven't tried to call him.
no, I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, we just gotta probably give him a call. That's why, I mean, like I said, I can start talking to him again about this. The reason I stopped before was because it was too messy with all the other stuff I'm doing with him. So I got psychotic. That's why I was like, let you guys do it, because I was talking to him about podcasts and other clients and then this, and it was too much having him pry on my clients when he's doing this, and it got too messy. That's why I was like, you guys deal with it. But I wanna know, because he does provide things, like on my end, that's why he is giving me things for my company, like, providing stuff, and also for other committees, I know he does stuff. That's why I don't understand why this one specifically.
Could just send me
Should we, should we put like,
Might just need
like
like
a committee that, how we usually do committees and then they get involved, so we can put somebody that we can be in charge of calling him and make sure that we get the delivery.
That's just,
Like, but
it
that's
just seems like a lot of, I mean, I
Yeah.
respect the idea, right? But it just seems like a lot of energy.
That's like the hunt for Donnie's video, you know.
Yeah.
How is this? Sorry. I
Well,
mean,
like I said, I can start pressuring him a little bit
yeah,
more.
but I mean, a direct phone call on
Yeah,
the,
phone call, something like that.
I don't think we should be jumping through these hoops. Personally.
No, I agree, I
do stuff in the town.
No, he does, that's why, like, it's really just been this specifically, I think. I mean, I don't know what he's done recently, but I just know
Not
that.
as of recent. Not because of this, but, you know, it's kind of the reason it's showing. It's showing why we, maybe the choice.
I don't know, that's why it's just gone to a point where it's not
Yeah,
like.
in fairness, it's been a lot of years, but it's not.
If we
I'll
don't-
call.
No, that's why, yeah, because it's just gone to a point where I remember we had this conversation.
Over a year.
In October, yeah, in October, we talked about if we can have the videos,
Yeah.
have the voiceover done with Eric or.
Yeah, that's what we figured, you know, Eric or anybody or something, we could hire somebody, he gives us the script and whatever, and I can finish it, I don't care, but that's why it's still a point where. We just gotta get something,
Yeah.
which is why, I just don't understand why it's this specifically versus like when, you know, like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But, whatever, I'll try to get involved again now too, and I'll reach out to him and take more of an active role in it, because we haven't been working with him too much recently, this is the fun stuff. Okay, cool, so. I'm gonna talk to Donnie, I'm gonna give you his phone number, and then you reach out to him too, Jonathan, and then we both just. Bombard, I guess, and then hopefully we get some. Aside from the podcast and all that stuff. Alright. Move on to new business. I wasn't sure the order to do this, so I just put the elections first, the EDC election thing, but, so I guess we can start with that. I wasn't sure that made more sense at the end or at the start, but. Yeah, I don't know how it works, the cadence of it, the steps, so.
Well, first meeting of the year, it's just, you know, I think every year it's. You appoint, vote on the chair, secretary, and
I'd like to nominate Matthew Casamonor again for to be the chair of the committee. He's done a great job. Provided leadership has been on point. And I'd like to nominate.
I was second.
Well, thank you.
Me too. Awesome.
do you accept this one?
Do you?
Yeah,
You accept it?
Yeah, I accept,
Accept.
yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright.
Congratulations. All right.
No, yeah.
No, that
There it is.
it's not positional. People don't necessarily jump up and down.
It's fine.
Second.
Question?
So Jose,
I haven't had to do anything. I'm going to get next year. Thanks.
Vice chair, it's just leaving the meeting.
Whoever wants it.
Matthew's not here.
I just missed a couple more meetings next week. Back
There you go.
here.
Keep that for whoever takes that. I mean, I'm good with staying on. If you want to find, if somebody else wants to not do anything next year, they can take that role. It's up to you guys.
I nominate Jose.
Yeah.
Leave the vice chair.
Cool, all in favor?
All in favor?
Cool. Alright. Up next would be secretary. My work is not here right now, but,
That's interesting.
that's one that does require a little bit of effort. Doing the minutes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that one is one that is,
You're gonna have to do
It's not my fault.
You're gonna have to do
You're not
that
gonna
weekend.
accept it, so-
Till the next time.
Yeah, it's not my fault. I don't know what to say.
Exactly, it's perfect, we have nobody to say no.
One way to look at it. I think she's been a great secretary. I don't know if you can defer this or like.
We could do that.
you can vote her away.
I don't know.
And
You don't know if she accepts it.
She accepts it.
We've done that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
and if she doesn't, then we would just.
Yeah, we can change that to the fact. Okay. Okay, so you guys.
I'll nominate-
maintain
I'll
the
nominate-
status quo, that was
I'll
the
nominate-
motion.
I'll nominate Romy Woodrondo, even though she's absent. I'll
Cool, I'll second
nominate
that.
Romy.
Yeah, I'll second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Romy is secretary.
Alright, for now, so we maintain the status quo for now.
That is what we're doing.
Cool. All right, awesome. Yeah, okay, that was simple enough. Cool. All I ask is for your guys' continued awesome support, because you guys are the reason that this even works, because I don't know what I'm doing. So thank you guys.
Don't worry.
Still
I'll still be at the
need
chairman.
everyone's.
I'll still be at the
need everyone's
chairman's meeting.
support.
I'll still be at the chairman's quarterly meeting, don't worry.
Still need everyone's support out here.
I'll be at the quarterly meeting, don't worry.
Awesome, so we're good there with the elections. All right, cool, so up next is the next official business networking social. I don't honestly remember what we talked about back in October,
We have mentioned
but
Gauchos.
I don't mention gauchos, I know
And
he
Pepper-
is here to
Pepper-
speak for himself, because I know he wanted to,
We have
have
mentioned
one
Gauchos.
featured in his location relatively soon, if not for the next one. So that's why, you know,
We have
he's
mentioned
here,
Gauchos and Trattoria.
that's what we mentioned last
Yeah,
time,
very much.
gauchos, Trattoria.
Yeah.
We've got BBs now, I know we only mentioned gauchos and the Trattoria because it's
But-
been a while, and they were like
Right.
they're like staples that have been here for a while, and we've gone to here and
That's
there.
what you mentioned.
I think it'd be nice to have.
I kind of
mean,
agree
come
with the
here, I
new-
think, yeah.
Yeah, people with the new thing, you know, we just went back to them because we were kind of running out of new cool places to go to, but now we've got you guys. BB's opened up.
Yeah, I mean, needless to say, we'll be happy to host the event. You would just need to let us know what you would need for it, what kind of, fare you would like. You know, we have paninis and appetizers, so we also have, a variety of drinks, so we would just need to know the requirements. We'll be happy to host the event.
Cool, cool. I mean, I'm cool with it, I love BB's, I love going there, this is awesome.
All of the above.
Yeah,
Would we do it at the same time, or would we try to?
what, you thinking earlier? to
What
the
time,
fair?
what time, that was, what time will you be up? Does it matter? or-
We're open until 9 PM, so,
But I
if
think
you need it later, we'll be.
Keep it the same, yeah, I think so, we usually do it like around, what, 5:36?
Yeah,
I would assume
Yeah.
everybody assumes that they're open earlier.
Right.
So you can do a good way to show that.
I would think they weren't open that late. So,
Me too.
yeah, I think it's a good idea to have it in the evening. So like that, it brings awareness.
Yeah, more than just a lunch spot.
Yeah, more than just
Yeah.
a breakfast or lunch spot.
Cool. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a good idea.
I don't know if it's already started, but I know that originally when you guys were promoting yourself, there was gonna be like events or live music sometime. Maybe that's a good day to spotlight those kind of things so that anybody that goes there has the opportunity to see it first time and then say, oh, I wanna come back. And I think that's a good day to, I don't think a lot of people are aware
Right.
of this place.
Right, right.
They're right across from that new, or right next to Pizza Scene, and across from that new Kumbancha place.
Yeah, yeah, I
It's like
already
that.
know, I already know.
It's like, it's a little hidden-ish, but it's there in like that hallway to
Yeah,
the theater. It used to be a little video game store back in the
Used to
day.
be really good.
Anyone remembers that? I used to love that place.
The ice cream. The ice cream place.
was it like a Metro PCS?
Yeah,
Thanks, sorry.
next door.
Yeah, right next door, yeah.
PCS used to be.
Alright, cool. So I guess we'll do it there, and just, so you know, we do have a little like stipend or check, whatever that you get as well to help with the fair and getting all the stuff out too.
Is there a special time, date? That you
No.
prefer, or
I mean, we normally shoot, I always forget, is it Tuesdays or Wednesdays that we do?
Third Wednesday.
what's your slowest thing?
It depends. I mean, in the evening, it's picking up, so I don't have a preference.
Cool. I think we just stick to the Tuesday, Wednesdays like we normally do in the evening. I just don't remember what it was. Let me check the calendar. No, wait, what's that? Does anyone have the, a calendar, I guess, to see when the last one was? I kind of don't remember.
It was
Those
the
Tuesdays or Wednesdays.
25th.
Look at it.
Oh, for that one? Oh, that's right.
The town will
Wanna
be
take
at
the
W9.
Yep.
Downtown room.
Get them-
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. We did everything from you in order to get.
And if you like turn it around real quickly, you will hit some high marks here.
Yeah, well, usually, yeah, it would be great. You would have made that restaurant, you guys want the money faster. It's money forever. God.
The town already has-
Ah, the town already has it.
Yeah,
Oh, there you
yeah,
go.
we already catered
Oh.
one of their events. So
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
House for one.
That also reminds me, Gabriel from Trattoria, or Nashat, or whatever his real, him, because that's his real name. He told me from Trattoria that he needs a W-2 or something from the town, and the town needs a W-2 from him. I don't know what it is, because you know how Gabriel is. He just kind of told me that he's looking for something from the town, W-2, W-9, and that he couldn't figure it out, and he's like, I'm just gonna tell you, Matt, because you do this stuff. And I was like, all right, I'll try to help you out.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was gonna try to help you out.
W2.
Yeah, I don't think it's W-2, I think he was I think it was confused, so that's why I think W9. He just needs something from the
Yeah,
town.
okay, I'll
tax
send our-
related, so I was like, all right, I'll help you do it.
It's probably our W9 for our taxes.
All right, cool.
So
That's all it was. That's all it was. Yeah, so I don't know if that, if you need to give that to him, or you can give it to me, and I can give it to him, or whoever, whatever, he just needs something from you guys. All right, cool, so that's the next official social, what's the date gonna be? So what was the 25th you said, Rudy, was it what?
It was
Was it a Wednesday? Okay, cool, so we'll shoot for a Wednesday again. We wanna do it when, in March? March, what are you thinking?
That far?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe already February.
No, well, our next meeting is on the 20th. No, on the 20th, right? Yeah. So do we want it to be, is there any reason that we need to wait for that meeting to happen to do this, or do we wanna do it after, or can we do it before?
I mean, I personally am okay with before, I just wanna do it sooner rather than later, because it's been a while, I think.
Yeah,
since we went on
whatever.
the networking social. Yeah,
So the last one was October,
21st.
but that is the
February
quarterly.
21st?
Like if we had it in
Yeah,
January, that would be
February.
fine, the quarterly
And
recurrence.
the 28th?
I wouldn't wanna push
Or-
it towards.
We're back into March.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, maybe
Oh,
February.
because the
that's
14th
just
is.
John.
Yeah, 14th is not, I
February's very-
don't think.
Yeah, then.
February is very short.
Very short.
Yeah, February's a weird month.
Although we have 29 days, but.
So I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys heard, but since the last one was October, January would be the quarterly recurrence. And pushing it to March, I feel like is
Okay.
because then it would be April would be the,
Yeah.
because.
I mean, I just don't think we have time to do it now in January, right?
Yeah, January's next week.
Yeah,
Right.
January.
So like, February, I
Yeah, we
think
have
you're
to-
still good to have it in April and then continue.
February 21st,
July.
It's either that or the 7th.
and the 7th, do we have enough time to promote it?
7th is what, 2 weeks?
More to the 21st to get rid of it.
Yeah, we're trying to look at the 21st, not like
The
that.
21st.
The 21st.
I don't know.
Right after President's Day, you know.
Yeah.
It's a Wednesday.
Woke up on them, George.
What's wrong with the 21st? I think that's okay, right? Or is that too close to
Wednesday, it just
President's
so happens to be the
Hey,
day
It's
after.
right after President's Day.
Well, the day after our meeting, I think that's fine, though, right?
Yeah,
That's
right.
okay. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
So February 21st?
Sure, and then we can try to hopefully get back to a cadence of doing it before the meetings or however we had it before. But this time around, I think we just gotta prioritize doing it, just so we
I
have
will
it
check with the
ASAP.
chamber too,
What, they're,
if it's good, if it's a good day. too.
yeah, I think so. I know the chamber luncheon is on Valentine's Day.
14th.
It's on Valentine's Day.
The week before, at what time?
I think we usually 5:30.
5:30.
Is that cool with you, George?
Yeah, I'm just taking notes here. February 21st is fine.
That's our next,
So February 21st,
networking, social.
networking, so, cool, start advertising it across all channels.
Thank you for keeping us in.
No, of course, man. All right, cool. Do we need to do it all in favor for that?
What time do we do it at again?
Like that.
5:30?
5:30, yeah. So if anybody wants the motion to get that going. So motion for February
Motion for
21st.
networking, social, Market BD's Bakehouse, 5:30 to 8, I guess.
Yeah.
So forth.
I say.
Cool. All in favor?
All in favor?
Awesome. It's just good to hear. So we're good on that. All right, awesome. Next up, so I don't want to go too crazy on this because this meeting, it's not gonna take forever. So this is just to put the feelers out again and to start thinking about it again. What our big event for 2024 is gonna be this time around. I know last time we did that small business boot camp. I think it went pretty well, but there was things that Steve and I have talked about too that we wanted to clean up, make better, and make a little bit more precise and into like helping our constituents, like people here in Miami Lakes, a little bit more small business. We kind of were thinking, at least I talked about it with Steve, merging the ideas that we had way back, which was like getting community members to talk about specific things that they can help with, as well as mixing in with the boot camp. It's a little bit more hands-on, you know what I mean? Like bringing in deliverables and more hands-on stuff. Well, what's up, Steve?
My thoughts on that, I mean, just from my perspective.
Yeah.
I think a real issue and a hot button item that's been bouncing around for a while is the insurance situation we find ourselves in, right? Yes, we have a lot of insurance companies and agents here, but I think we also have some, and I want to put this carefully, I think, my opinion is we need a pretty high level insurance expert to maybe put on either a real specific webinar properly marketed or a combination presentation at a chamber meeting with our auspices involved to really, to get a very objective take on the current situation with insurance versus what the industry projects for next year. That's my thought process of that. We've got some companies around here. And again, don't misunderstand me. I'm a proponent of small business, right? But I'm talking like an industry expert,
Okay.
somebody we can
But,
we can bring in. I mean, there are a couple companies that come to mind. I think Brown and Brown is still here, if I'm not mistaken. It's a large insurance agency. No, they're gone.
those one of them, we have a couple of arguments.
Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, right. I mean, it's becoming a real situation, not just for homeowners, but for people that own commercial buildings and stuff like that. And we're hearing a lot of noise and it may get better and maybe this and maybe that. I just personally like to hear somebody, a high level expert, give their professional industry view analytically what the deal is going on. That's my thought process on something like that, either a webinar or a specific presentation to the business community.
Like where this is headed.
I mean, yeah, I mean, where it's headed, because it's a political football.
It's a legislative.
It's a legislative issue and the back and forth I mean, people are confused and people are frustrated and people are moving out of Florida because they can't afford their homes anymore because of insurance. So I think we just need somebody to this guy is the expert, this company credentialed, vetted. Let's hear from this expert.
And people are going not insured.
Right. They're probably the
Thanks for taking this.
highest self-insured in the state of Florida.
When you get called, how much is fourth place? You have a call.
Yeah, and fourth place does not protect the owner, it protects the bank, you know? So that's my thought process on that.
But is to add about the subject or changing that into.
I mean, that could be a subject matter. Maybe we could actually bring back the webinars. I don't know, but I mean, lay down something specific. Or maybe even poll the business community and say, what do you guys want to see? What do you want to hear? You know? Get some feedback.
I like that idea, getting feedback.
Yeah.
So in October, in the minutes, it shows that there was discussion on the event. 55 roughly in attendance. The networking event was great. Having digital registration on site to make it easier. More instructive than educational, which I think.
What is this, the survey?
No, that was from the meeting, from the last meeting that we spoke about it, things.
I think that means like less lecturing. Because educational is so important, but less
Yeah,
lecturing.
everybody talk about having
That's
more
my
hands-on.
opinion on how it. A
Mhm.
little bit.
Which was,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go finish.
Engage the building department, how to do business with the town, and then this is probably where your specialist falls into. Analyst, a specialist, business consultant, accountant, marketing, social media,
Mhm.
insurance.
Which was the thing that we have spoke about it, right? I think that the event was great, but the main point of having the specific topics and teaching all the community on, let's call it marketing, let's call it insurance, let's call it this, that didn't happen. We did learn a lot about the
It was a broad brush,
programs that they had it, you know, but it was not necessarily how to build the business plan that you need to apply for it. Or the insurance that you need to be able to get these type of programs.
Yeah.
It was very informative, it was very good, but I think the objective that we had, which was giving
Detailed,
like that you came out with something.
Yeah, I just think
like,
hands-on.
Right.
Yeah, so,
Like,
There's so many papers, like fill this out with us, like step by step.
this was our first shot at this, and I think we kind of really packed a lot of stuff into a very
Yeah.
short menu. I mean, I thought it was good. I agree with you, but I think some of the people presenting their communication was reach out to us. We
Yeah.
can help you with this. But to your point, maybe we just need to break it down into a smaller and just have the hands-on, you know,
like lessons.
lessons
Like
or,
really make it like a
or
workshop,
session,
Yeah, we keep saying
or,
like workshop.
like an actual workshop.
an
yeah.
actual
Like an
workshop.
actual one. That's not
But
gonna-
go back to the insurance, I think it's a pretty. It's,
No, I think that slots in
that
perfect,
slots in perfectly, but I think it's needed, I think
Yeah.
we need to get the real deal
Do we,
where it's going.
does the
you know?
committee want to
No,
put a
I
date
agree.
on the event? So like, you can work backwards, date, need by, okay, securing, specific industry professionals or specialists. I think it was at the end of September, the fiscal year.
Yeah.
Yeah, September.
So I don't think it hurts to get those dates in mind. That's why I put this here mainly because I know it's only January, but just so we could
It was the second. to
open the
last.
conversation. That'll hurt. If we want to have certain dates where we know things are gonna start getting more real, like we have to figure this out by this meeting. I don't think that hurts. What's up?
I don't know if it ties together, I don't know if it will work, but I know a lot of the business and in that Main Street area, you know, mainly the weekends and stuff like that. Didi Baker can also tell us about it, but I know that they are struggling based on the traffic that it's generated, right? And they're very good places, you know, we know that the Kombacha has opened, the sushi, not sushi, the
Amazonia?
Amazonia, they're very good places, right? And I think they need our support and help, maybe bringing events to the, you know, fountain area, stuff like that, so people come and then they can spend around it. So I don't know if we can tie this up, maybe separate it in different, specific subjects. So let's say insurance, right? We do an event there that is insurance related. A lot of people, like the same amount that they come there and we invite them to the places around there. I think as economic development team, we need to help that area, try to push, right? I don't know, different events. I don't know what we can do as a committee, but I think we should figure it out, the town or something, to be able to do something about that. Because, I know as a business owner, I see that they are struggling and we need to be figuring out something to help them to bring
So-
people
so
from other
may-
towns to do so.
With Main Street. To, I guess, increase traffic, I think that's where you're going with this.
Yes. I don't know if
I
these ties
don't know if
together.
it
I
ties
wanted to
in
bring it
with
up.
us, because a thought would be maybe to have like a live event there, like
Yeah.
band, a trio, whatever. I don't know if that tags into what we do.
I mean,
You follow me?
I wouldn't say that's completely different. I think, so internally, we've had discussions about what events should look like in the town. And a lot of the feedback we got, I don't know if you guys remember, we had a survey that went out. Food, culinary, you know, the culinary events, anywhere you go, you know, South between food and wine, and you have food and wine festival here, and you have this, our culinary bike tour. I mean, it was so awesome to see the success. So maybe, I mean, I don't want to bring it back to committees, to other committees, because I feel like sometimes
Do you have the
Yeah,
culinary
that's-
bike tour booked already for next year,
Uh,
or this year?
the specific date, no, but it's gonna be like that side of September, I think it's always been. And so I think, yeah, I don't think it's what outside of the realm of possibility, but maybe more. I mean, I wouldn't want to
Yeah,
step on, I wouldn't want to step on the toes of like the market, but like weekend events.
Is it possible that we can maybe one day do like a joint networking event there in that little circle area? Where it's like,
Around the tree.
yeah, where it's like maybe we partner up with Garrison, Amazonia, BB's, Pizza Scene.
Like a
Combined
round
Shop.
robin type.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
Like
you have,
speed dating, but speed
Yeah,
restaurant,
we did this
right?
very similar one recently in one of our chamber networks, where we had some people sponsoring, and then you would have like little tickets where you would punch. And then as long as you go and get your tickets punched, it was at the OSA, so you get your tickets punched, and then you could say like, oh, I've visited all 3 of the sponsors, can I get a margarita, or something like that, or whatever it was, or 50% off the drink, something like that. Maybe we do something similar, you gotta go into each of the restaurants,
I will say it does,
You know,
sound a
I don't
lot
know.
like.
it's a whole process,
the
it's a
bike
big
tour.
thing, but.
It is, I mean, that pretty much is the essence of the bike tour, but maybe we can, maybe focus a little bit more on Main
I'm
Street.
just saying we just make it like a networking event, it just happens to be in that circle, you know what I mean, cause all those places are a little bit smallish, I guess, or maybe, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a way to spin it, that makes
The only way that I run and I changed this kind of subject, which I wanted it to kind of tie in the sense of Because what I'm hearing from you is that maybe separated, right? Instead of having one big event that we did, which was great.
Yeah.
We brought a lot of
Focus,
people.
separate events.
If we do one every quarter, let's
Yeah,
call it,
That's,
right?
that's more like.
With a
more
small.
focused, like just insurance,
Exactly,
just
just
this,
right.
insurance,
Just
and let's
marketing.
bring all the people there, and then all the people can, I don't know, spend around the area or know the area. Because we brought a lot of people from different areas.
I definitely don't think we should have it here. Because
Oh, in
then-
the town
yeah,
hall, you mean, my
Yeah,
bad.
because then we're
No, I
not,
agree.
like, what are we doing? We're bringing them to this building. It's not
Yeah.
really helping any business.
Yeah, so
I agree.
we were so successful being bringing people from, new people that had opened business or new people from other cities. So just bring them here, show them Main Street and,
You can't do a presentation in a restaurant
No,
at that level presentation.
no, at the
in my
ball,
opinion,
at the ball,
Right?
So when you have space. At the ballroom.
Right,
It's
you
not
have
gonna be
space,
open.
you have people talking.
You
people
can't shut down a
drinking,
restaurant
You can't
for
shut a restaurant down.
Yeah.
Yeah, a very.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking more of a networking type
Yeah.
of thing, like I'm saying, in terms of that, or maybe like, yeah, that's really the only way I can, because I get what you're saying, that it's more of a, like at least that area, like it's hard to do the learning events, I guess, there, unless each of those restaurants, you basically set it up where like each one is like, there's a speaker in each one, and then
Yeah.
you do one there.
Like
and then-
breakouts, like an insurance breakout and accounting breakout, I mean, in each restaurant is doable.
But, that takes a lot of
But
coordination.
that's just like.
yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot right there.
Or have the event consumers, the attendees who come in. Get some kind of ticket or pass to go to the local restaurants after the event. So the event, rest of the event wraps up in the
Challenge.
evening, right?
Yeah.
So here is your, I don't know, something to that effect, get how many restaurants involved. Here is your ticket to get a free drink at Chella's, come in and whatever, and you move it around, you know?
The only potential issue with that is the cost of hosting the event.
Yeah.
Because it won't.
Yeah.
There's a built-in advantage with
Oh, yeah.
the event here.
No,
It will not be expensive to host an event.
That's why we go back to, we don't wanna do it here.
I,
It's venue, the restaurant venues aren't gonna be. I won't use the word quiet enough, but you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah,
We go
you
back
got
to
the right setting.
We go back to a webinar. We go back
Yeah.
to an actually properly marketed webinar with enough time. And promote the hell out of it.
What about in one of the universities, like, having my.
We did that years
Did that
ago
years
when
ago.
when Charisma was here.
Yeah.
We did, yes, we had a hell of a turnout.
We had
We had hundreds of people there. And we had the restaurant there. We had the restaurants there too, remember? That was well attended.
That was. the
What was that?
Conference.
Yeah.
That was the technology conference.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was at AGM.
That's a good
Whole day
idea.
fair.
The whole day.
We
Okay.
had food going on,
Was it
and
part
we
of
had
the AGM,
breakout
like they helped set it up or not at all? Or they
We
just-
had
They helped set it up.
space.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
user space, but.
And we had like Dr. Limon and these people had.
Yeah, I like that
tables
idea.
around.
I think the university is probably the best.
That's a damn good
And the
idea.
good thing, they have students that may just. Students that might just.
They're not here.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great idea. Oh, yeah, cool. Okay.
But you still need a good subject matter expert.
That's-
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that for my end. You got.
I mean, I think on the insurance side, you need probably a legislative. Somebody who works, maybe if not someone in government, someone that's a
Or,
lobbyist or somebody. who-
or an industry guy.
Well, all the insurance,
legislative.
yeah, the industry guys are gonna tell you.
Yeah,
I
I
can't.
can't, just we have a better
We
idea.
get, we
idea.
get
What people are
we get both angles, right?
Did we ever get the results from that last survey?
High level.
I know we talked, I know I asked you
We get
guys
some
some of the last
of
meeting, so I don't know if we ever went over it.
Legislative, because
surveys.
I know you.
this
we
thing
put
is,
a lot.
it's not getting any
Oh,
better.
big the time, yes.
He's on that.
I don't wanna-
Probably,
Maybe like part, maybe for the next newsletter, that goes out,
He's on the.
you know, and maybe put it up at the top, so it really
Yeah.
follows, you know?
Do as a committee. Events or stuff like that. Your different plans or anything, there's something.
For insurance,
On the
you
legislative side.
only pay what you own your mortgage.
I'll bring that back.
I'm giving you.
I'm just, again.
I mean, it kind of falls
You gotta say
I'd like to see.
Yeah, but I know.
A black and white industry
That's
guy.
something
or
that-
somebody like.
That was-
Both of them.
Rather together. today,
You guys, yeah.
and that helps.
And all the residents,
Right.
We get both.
I get you.
We
Maybe-
get them in a
maybe as
table,
these
and
as part of
they
the
lay it
town,
out.
can get
People can
also
ask them
from
questions.
certain
You're gonna be
things
great.
and
I think it's great.
just put together certain events that help.
That's.
Yeah, or than just a networking something.
You gotta know something, I don't know, something that attracts people to come to.
Well, let me do something out, let me do something out of right field or
At
left
your
field.
home, it attracts the business.
Since
they
we're
get
in new
passed through the
business.
insurance. I mean, it's a big one.
Let me
That's a-
do something. We're also,
Yeah, I see what you
Also-
mean though, when that comes into the other committees, right? Sorry, I'm not,
no, go ahead, man.
when it comes to the interfering with other committees, that doesn't do that, right? If we're trying to do events like that or business related. or-
No, I was just saying if it becomes something like almost like a festival where it's like networking, but business, but fun.
I mean, maybe we can work
I
it
think
together.
usually becomes.
I think you hit the nail on the head with the Anna Mendes
Anna Mendes.
University.
Yeah.
I
That's the
remember
best
it's a
setting.
great venue. We had
It was a technology
a
conference,
hundred and something people there. The
Yes.
space was there.
huge,
The speakers, they had the
they had the
attention
attention. It was
of the
great.
speakers. Vice versa, and also part of it, would the local restaurants had
I think it was 18 or 19.
something like that, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was able to circulate after or before, everybody got a good visibility, the restaurants did, but the topic was on point and it was well attended. You know, that's, I think that's a great idea, plus the two people we talked about, that could just nail that one right down right there.
Is there any interest in charging like a nominal fee? Cause I know we talked about having a bill today. I know Daniel, we mentioned it,
Yeah, for the,
having a built-in,
I think especially if we kind of limit the amount of people that can sign up for the Eventbrite or something, for these in-person events. I think like a nominal fee like $5 will help prevent, the amount of people, taking up the allotted space and then not showing up, at least having just
Yeah.
a minimum commitment.
cover.
If even like $1 would be helping ensure that the people that sign up.
They're serious about coming.
Yeah, that they,
Yeah.
that they mean it.
Something, I think that would really help things out.
What's another hot topic issue?
Here we go. This we're talking on topics of new business, well, for
Yeah.
that. And it's an election year, local election, state election, national election.
Oh.
They're gonna come for us.
I mean, that is a good one.
Sponsor debates, sponsor all these different things. That's gonna happen. I know it's gonna
Do
happen.
that one time as a separate
Yes.
venue,
Years ago.
separate thing. How was that?
2 years ago we did.
How was that attended? I don't remember. I didn't go.
That was not during COVID.
Yes, in 2020.
It was done, it was
Correct.
done via the web and that wasn't a person.
No, it was not.
The 20, I think was
It was,
the first one.
What was the, I mean, did we get good reaction from that? I mean, was it well attended?
yeah, you had, what, was it county level?
And county level.
It was county level.
The concern is.
Our mayor's ready for mayor now, he's ready for county mayor. They're gonna come for us.
Every politician is gonna wanna,
They're gonna come for us. They're gonna-
I want space.
Yeah, you're gonna come.
Somebody moderated it, that was it, Ambrosio?
Ambrosio.
Ambrosio did, yeah.
And those are, and I think Alex was in them.
Yeah.
Alex been on.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay,
That
so
was better.
You're gonna put new business, that's gonna happen,
what?
all those elections and.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get Tico to
State.
moderate it.
National elections.
Okay, cool. So I think this was a good little
Yeah.
brainstorming sesh when it comes to this boot camp thing. I think we got a lot.
The boot camp one.
I think we need to.
But we were
No,
talking
we're
about the
doing it later.
September timeframe.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
What we want to get to now is relative dates. Like I know right now, we don't need, I'm not asking to have everything set up perfectly. So this was great, just to throw out some ideas and get the mind churning. But in terms of dates, what dates do we want everything done? What do we have last time, Jonathan? Do you have it written down there? Or like,
Oh, no, the going backwards, no, I don't.
okay. Because, okay, so then we do the event when it's September, correct? End of September? No, it wasn't, that's why. We were gonna crunch at the end, that's why.
It was the second.
Now we have a whole year.
Should we not do a series of events this year? No?
I think it'd be better.
What?
to split it up.
That's another one.
To split it up, right?
Right, what
Maybe
you said, you have
one
to
per
deliver.
quarter,
We have a lot of the.
Oh, yeah, like do like the one
Order.
event.
and
Per quarter.
then have maybe the main event
But then,
at the end maybe, or in the middle. depending on the availability.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you guys think? Or what's your vision right now for the events? Like, what are you thinking? We were talking about the insurance issues and all that. You were envisioning like a webinar, like somebody doing.
I was
something like
thinking
that,
of a webinar. A
Okay,
webinar but again, I like Rudy's idea about Ana Mendes because
Okay.
it ties into what you mentioned earlier about the restaurants getting more visibility, not necessarily. If you don't have the event in Main Street, you have the restaurants in Main Street in attendance for their tables at that event. So imagine like an auditorium. But on the side of the room, you had the different restaurants there with handing out
No, I know,
other style, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying exactly, and we have done it, a lot of them as well. It's just that it doesn't help much.
I was gonna say, it sounds like they're just tabling.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Which I
in
think is.
those
it's
three
really
presents and
acceptable.
people know and try different foods and stuff, it helps. But what I was trying to come up to it is like how we bring traffic to that. Which may not be related specifically to what we're talking about now. We may have to put it in another subject matter.
Right.
See if we can do something about it or not. I
think
don't know if we are.
To attract people, and I'm just gonna make a comment, I'll just zip it. You gotta have some live events there, music, a singer, a reggae band.
That's what every
you know.
other
Well, you know, what I mean,
place like that has. too.
yeah,
Like the-
so,
Like
yeah.
in Doral, that's what they do in the city place.
Yeah.
Have events in the middle. You gotta have events.
like every month, maybe third Friday or whatever of each month, you have some kind of live entertainment going there.
That's why, and I don't, we only have 10 minutes, so I don't wanna.
Yeah.
Too long,
This is the
but
last
I will say
20
that's why, to me, it sounds more like it's something similar to a market, like a weekly.
Yeah.
Occurrence, like ideally like a Main Street fair, like I keep talking about like these ideal events, but I think that's.
There's a
I think that's
difference.
separate from
Yeah.
the boot camp discussion.
no, it's definitely separate from the.
But
boot camp,
but is that part of the EDC's?
Can
I
they?
mean, I think we should partner with other
I.
committees, maybe like with cultural affairs, we work with them.
Right, that's why I said I wanna keep it separate. from other
I think we should
because-
maybe set up some committee to get together with that property owner and see how we can help them.
Right, that's why I think it is, I think it
You
is.
just can't, you
appropriate
just can't show up and do whatever you
because
want,
it's-
we don't.
No, yeah, for sure.
To answer your question, I think it is appropriate because it's business support, business related business, advocacy, so I think it's fine. But yeah. Then I think it has to go back to the discussion on what events people want.
Should we partner with the cultural affairs?
No, it's not a good
Get the
idea.
Graham companies involved. Have a trio combo.
But you need to have
I'll bring it up.
the chamber too.
The chamber, yeah.
I
Quartet there.
think when some committees take on certain events, they already have too many things going on and they may not be.
Okay.
And the goal goes
as we
back.
want.
And the goal goes back. We are blasting in there too.
There's like the grant companies work with the town for like the farmer's market, which is currently on hold right now. So hopefully it will be back soon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right. That's why it may not be.
From the city or from the grant?
The city. Town. For the town. So hopefully, my understanding, they will be voted on in whatever in next council meeting, and whether they will be back, because I think that is a great draw for town center. I think it's looking at things like that draw to the town center, and that's, is a prime example.
Survey the businesses, they mean.
I mean, my understanding, and I'm not gonna speak for George, but few of the merchants on Main Street actually like it when the farmer's market's happening, because it gets people to traffic flow, right? And whether they visit them that day or another day, it's that traffic flow, so you see it.
Yeah.
And so, in fact, I've heard that some have asked for it for Sunday, but it just, there's only so much you can do. With street closures and stuff, so.
Yeah, I think we can do something.
Okay. I just wanted to know, to
Yeah.
see if we can put it here and then we can start brainstorming
Yeah,
and
I
see
think
what
it's
we can
totally
figure
Yeah, I
out.
think it's a great idea. I'll start.
Because we have
throwing the
certain
agenda to-
budget that we can use and propose it to the
Yeah.
Grahams, to the city, and, if everybody chips in, we can probably do something.
Cool.
I think
Yeah.
that city really needs it. January it's been a hard month for all the businesses, so I think we need to figure something out, so we bring more people into the town.
think also the, like Miley's Wine and Food Festival is a great opportunity to spotlight all these restaurants that are here. And it's a good way to encourage people outside to come visit because you can hit up everyone and then you can go back to, which is.
Yeah, it's true. It's hitting all the points we want. Exactly, literally.
Okay.
All right, cool. So again, just to reiterate this, because I know we didn't land on anything, which is fine. We're just like brainstorming. So for the next meeting, I'm gonna include this stuff again. Can we have some sort of dates that makes sense for everybody?
I'll look again at the end of September.
Yes, and on February, we'll finalize dates that make sense in terms of we want this by this by that. And we can also decide if we're gonna do a big event like we did last year, one big event, or if we're gonna split it up quarterly, like what Steve was saying, and maybe we do webinars for each one. Personally, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like webinars, but I like things in person, but I understand I think webinars might get better attendance
For
probably.
quarterly, we have, I would imagine the committee has to be. Because we only have so many months left in the fiscal year, that quarterly may not be in the realm of possibility anymore. Like our first quarterly networking event of the fiscal year was in October. So like that's the same fiscal year. October, January, April, July, and that's it. So if we start a quarterly thing tomorrow, which obviously can't happen, it's gonna be January, April, July, and then I just don't want the committee to lose track of the time that we have. To
Okay.
end the fiscal year.
Look at the file to next year.
Okay, so maybe a quarterly is not the right word, but in
I
terms
know-
of spaced
I know-
out
I know.
events, it doesn't have to be perfect by quarters, but I'm just saying like, spaced out events, or if it's just gonna be one big event, because I know there's a couple ideas turning around. 'Cause remember in October, we talked about like doing things like a hands-on sort of thing. But then I also like this idea with the Energy Mendez. But then also there's the idea of doing like webinars on specific topics, you know what I mean? So we've got like 3 different ideas floating right now. What's up, George?
Yeah, my perspective, being a business owner on Main
Yeah.
Street, I wanted to, before the meeting ended, I
Yeah,
wanted
for
to
sure.
share my thoughts, my 2 cents on everything.
Yeah,
I think that to bring traffic to Main Street, I think we're talking about 2 different things. So perhaps the first effort that you guys were talking about will be a conference setting, either at Energy Mendez or a hotel venue. Perhaps I would suggest having so many different businesses in Miami Lakes. People with different backgrounds, some of them may be interested in insurance, some of them may be interested in something else. So perhaps you may consider a few keynote speakers, perhaps a longer event, your main event, where you can have perhaps 3 or 4 keynote speakers in the morning session, a couple of them happening at the same time, a break, then a mid-morning session, perhaps a lunch break, and then another afternoon session where you can have 2 different topics and people can choose whether they want to go to one or the other. And then you spread them out during the day. To help local businesses, they can pop up at that event, right? So we can have a table there as well as other local businesses, and we can pop up and provide samples, and you can partner up with the restaurant so we can cater to the event, right? We can provide breakfast, the mid-morning snack, then lunch, and then an afternoon snack, and then so on. And that would help the local businesses. But on the other front, to bring more traffic to Main Street, I think you definitely have to consider cultural events, being like music. I've been asked a lot about art. If you bring artists so they can pop up there and set up,
Yeah.
that will really help. But I think we're talking about 2 different things. Perhaps it's more
We
of
are.
a quarterly event. But that would definitely help with those cultural affairs, bringing those, setting up those events on Main Street. That will really help traffic and attract that traffic to Main Street so businesses can benefit from that.
cool.
The Coconut Grove Arts Festival, for instance.
We can maybe bring it up in closing, we can maybe bring it up in the quarter.
Weekend.
Go for it then.
When you
This is
have
for the
a
people, yeah.
combination, is it okay that I speak?
No, of course.
When you have, and I've talked to a couple of you and hear about this, I think that the components that you have on Main Street right now are very conducive to doing, back in the olden days, we used to have things, and I'm happy to help with this, I think. Not before for mine, but we do a bar crawl or you do a happy hour. Everybody has these cool little bars and nobody knows that Gaucho's has, this fabulous bar in the back with top shelf liquor, and Umbacha has a beautiful bar, and Chella's, and it has the speakeasy, and there's so many cool things that are happening. you know, that could be done not only in Main Street area, but there still needs to be traffic in other components as well. So maybe you take that, that show, if you will, on the road, kind of like when Carlos, did, at Chella's, we did Cosmos for a Cure. You know, at one point in time, I thought about moving that around, you know, unfortunately, it just was not time effective.
Yeah.
I think that there's a way to do those kinds of events. You talk about doing something once a quarter. I think with a little bit of planning, everybody would say, yeah, let's do it. And it could be not as complicated as it sounds on the
Yeah.
front end. It just has to be effectively marketed. And I think that having those restaurants that you have right there, they're phenomenal, all of them. So just, I'm gonna brainstorm on that if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
You didn't ask me.
100% appreciate that, yeah.
Talked to, you know, a few people about that already.
Cool. Yeah, yeah, I mean, you have our support, you know,
I'm gonna-
you have a direct line to us. If you reach
We have a meeting after us at 7, but I will say, I'm gonna bring this
Well, yeah,
back.
this is it anyway.
I'm gonna bring this back to the team, because again, we have been talking about how to do events, I guess, more modern and better, because in my opinion, some things have on sale. What's new? Food, you know, having new events around food, and I think naturally it ties into supporting businesses, so it may have come from this committee, and may go above this committee, like going.
I mean, that's fine.
Who knows? No, that's what I'm saying, like,
I
I'm
don't
happy
care,
to.
whoever can get credit.
That's why I'm happy to talk about it now, because, yeah, this is something that we've been trying to think about since before you even brought it up, so. Yeah, I'm happy to bring it back up, and even with the support of the committee, we could go further than
Cool.
little old me.
Yeah, maybe at the next
We need
big,
to events.
yeah.
Like
I'm
we
down.
have the bike tour, but we can do other things like that.
Oh.
It doesn't necessarily have to be bike related.
Yeah, it's on
but I
level,
would love,
yeah.
I love that event. That's like my favorite kind of event.
That's the dream. Trust me, we're fighting for better.
Yeah.
Cool. All right,
I'll
cool.
leave it there.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I mean, I think we're good there. The next thing was the W9 for Toria, but I talked to you about that. We'll get that. And that's it. Quick announcements, organic grocers update. I know. I don't really know the in depth about this or what the truth is to this, because it involves Seco, but he's working with,
Enforcement, man.
yeah, he's working with other people. And they're involved into bringing, like, I don't even know exactly what it is, but there's somebody that's working with like a Trader Joe's and company like that. And they're working with, somehow my dad got involved in there, and he's working with them, and I know the Costas and different people in realty like that to see if it can become a reality. So, little update there. It doesn't have to do with our letter that we sent out, but it looks like there's something happening there. He just wanted me to mention it. I mentioned his name, so there you go. So February 3rd is the Miami Lakes Food and Wine Festival. Please make it out if you guys can. Go to the website. It's a beautifully made website, and you can go ahead and get the tickets there. February 10th is the Mardi Gras bike ride, so there's another bike ride there, and then February 14th is Valentine's Day, and more importantly, the chamber luncheon, so.
This Thursday, there's a special needs workshop. If you guys know anyone, it could be special needs, it could be elderly, it could be veterans with PSC, they also benefit from this program. They can get information on it. It's on Thursday here in Chambers. Great program. So, what time? I believe 6:30. 6:30. So, and let people know. Yeah.
And that's it, if anybody wants to make the motion for freedom.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
See you.
7:08.
7:08. Roll call. Brandon Diaz. Darwin, he had some kind of an emergency. Can we excuse him or is he just asked?
That's up to you guys.
I'm sorry?
That's up to you, the committee.
Oh,
If it's an emergency, yeah, they'll excuse.
okay. I like that. That'll give us a break. Johnny Torres here. George
Here.
Lewis,
Here.
Mark Shavers here. Nancy Rogers here and Omar. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna excuse him, medical excuse. And we will
Alright,
discuss that.
and you can start the call, Officer Amador.
Officer Amador.
I'm here, present.
Order of business, deferrals, additions, and deletions. Any? I might want to be, this isn't a long one. That's not, I mean, unless you're not. That's not. We don't, we're gonna deal with that. But it doesn't matter. Exactly, but oh, that's already mentioned. Because of what I just did with the roll call. To explain, okay? All right, order of business, deferrals, additions, deletions. Okay, and we have a guest with us, Alicia Salazar.
Thank you.
And you're up, public comments.
Public comments. Thank you, Nancy. Good evening, everybody. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Alicia Salazar. I'm a town resident and a member of the People's Ladies. And one of our constituents called our office. I also work for a legislative competition. And his concern was that he had surgery and the doctor told him to go for walks, but then as he's walking, he encounters all these cars blocking the sidewalk and he had to veer to the street and being, recently having surgery, he was worried about, the safety. So I brought it to my boss and I told him it would be a good idea to make something. So I did my little homework and I created like a little tags to put on cars. And I presented it to the Laker to see if they could do something in the Laker. And the reply was, "Don't do it, you may get shot." So I said, okay, I won't do that. So I talked to several people and I talked to Officer Amador, and he told me to bring it up to the committee. I was also trying to bring it up to our neighborhood improvement committee, but unfortunately the meeting was canceled because we didn't have quorum. So basically, we want to look at this. I came up with the idea of doing like a little tag to, on the cards. Then I was also thinking of maybe getting involved with the police department and with the town to do a public service announcement through Instagram or Facebook to make people aware of the importance of, and I put little things, people who walk on the sidewalk would be like an elderly person, a mother with a stroller, someone walking, someone in a wheelchair. So it's important that the safety of our pedestrians is protected. And if you have any other ideas, we can, work together with the town and the police department. I think it's important because actually the other day I saw a car parked on the sidewalk, not crossing it, but on the sidewalk in front of their home. And I was, I know it's violating the law by doing that, but we need to make them aware of the importance of, pedestrians use the sidewalk. That's not the cars to block the way. And if you have any questions or suggestions, I'd be happy to.
I have a question or two. Where is this happening? And are they parking on the sidewalk that's adjacent to their driveway?
Yeah, it's in the driveway, they basically car sticking out on. No, they just, you know how the driveway goes along to the street and the sidewalk goes, across. And they just park on the sidewalk, they have 3, 4 cars and then they park on the sidewalk. And maybe they're not aware, maybe they don't care. It's just a matter of making them aware that it's a safety issue. Especially if you have an elderly person that has to walk on the street. Or kids or on a stroller.
Yeah, so Felicia brought it up, and what I told her was, we're always gonna have that problem, and anyone that is having that issue at that moment, she'll call 911, and we'll take care of it, because if it's blocking the sidewalk, we're gonna cite them. Especially after a complaint. But what they wanna do is more of a public awareness to that, so that it doesn't get to that point.
You have something like this, I just noticed this for watch for motorcycles. Says someone that says watch for pedestrians, but not just leave it here, just have it, in the route all the time, Cause it could, I always say what goes around comes around, maybe they'll encounter that situation when they're older or when they are injured or something and they have to go on the sidewalk and they can't because the car is there. So I think it's something that, I think it's important. Thank you. This is just an idea, it doesn't mean that it has to be. Another question is, the way this is printed up, so what you're saying is, what would we do with this? You're gonna cut it and you put it on a dashboard, or? If we're doing like a little, public safety, announcement, to say, please don't block the sidewalk. I mean, if we're gonna call the police, this is not necessary, so. But it was something that I was gonna do on my own, just if I see a car that is blocking, I'll put it on the. And they can say, no, don't do that.
So that would be good to put like in a public safety announcement or online or however we do our advertisements.
Which Brandon was here.
Yeah, because I don't suggest anybody going to anybody's car and doing that kind of stuff, because that person was right, you will get shot, especially here in South Florida.
But you can do those cards like that and just put it on the, like when they do those little things, that says car wash and stuff, just put it there so they can see it and not knock on the door and be like, oh, you have to move it, but at least. Because believe it or not, Miami, the first thing they're gonna tell you is, oh, I didn't know. No, I know, but at least stuff like that, they can be aware.
Through the chair, this is an initiative that the committee wishes to take on and to just so you guys add it as your agenda item, because right now it's just a public comment, given. If you guys want to move on this and further discuss and take proper vote on it, you should be adding it to your agenda.
You guys,
So you have to.
That would require
Make a
us.
motion.
you make a motion to.
Okay,
You're taking the notes, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to discuss this issue of the vehicles blocking the sidewalk and any possible solutions.
That would be, you'd be adding.
New
a new
business.
Item 8C. That means you're done with public comments.
Wait, we need somebody, you're gonna second it, Nancy?
I'm sorry, I should have, like, are we done public comments before you guys go back to the number 3?
We're in public comments,
I guess we have to make the motion just to put this on the agenda, right? And then
Yeah,
we
you have to
continue
go
with
back
public.
to number 3, because we already passed it. When you're looking at addition, it's in the older things, and we were in public comments, so I just want
Alright,
to make sure
so
we're following along.
Let's go back to number 3 and make a motion for what I just said. And then to add it to our agenda, and we need somebody to second
I can second it.
it. Okay.
And a vote.
John.
Okay. And a vote.
All right.
We need to vote Nancy.
Is there a motion
Yeah, the motion was, he just seconded.
return to discuss? But you want to discuss it,
No, this is to
When we
add
get
to the
it,
agenda.
It's just to
just
add it.
adding it to the agenda,
So we need, Johnny seconded, and then we have to vote. So
Vote to add it.
okay? All in favor of adding this to the agenda, item 8C, for vote, say aye. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're gonna move it to HC. Okay. Any other public comments? No, coming up anywhere. Okay, no other public comments, has everyone got a chance to read the minutes and, any adoption of the minutes? Yeah, motion to adopt the minutes,
Can do a motion.
sorry,
I'll do a motion.
second,
I'll second.
all in favor, adopting minutes? So all opposed? Okay, motion passes. Special presentations, police department, Officer Amador, and guests.
Okay, so I want you to go here for year to date in comparison to last year's year to date. On homicides, we're at 0. Robberies, last time was 1, we're at 0 this year. For auto thefts, we were at 6, we're at 3 this year, so 3 less. Commercial burglaries, we had 1, we have 0. Residential burglaries, we had 1, we're at 0. And the aggravated batteries, we're at 0, just the same. And here's a paperwork for it.
Okay, special presentations, fire department. But I need advice. We have a guest, she's in the police department, and she wants to make a brief presentation.
I think you guys were gonna do that along with the police department, Susie.
That's what I thought we were going to do, so, okay, I'd like you to introduce Detective, please.
This is Detective Miriam Nieves. We just met a few days ago. This kid, we've known each other for 20 years because we're in the academy together, so. We go way back. We've been working here in the town for almost just as much. Nieves is the General Investigative Unit Detective, mostly for auto theft. So she has a bunch of new initiatives and new things that she wants to marry with a lot of the committees, and this is a public safety committee, so like this is the main one that should be involved in all that. So we've been talking back and forth, and just there's a lot of information and initiatives that mostly Miriam has spearheaded, and I'm just here for the ride.
What be a lead time?
Yeah, we were in, yeah, not really.
175, a long time ago.
Wow. We were at Miami-Dade, not at the college, we were at our Miami-Dade.
That's right, you guys have your own now.
Yeah, our own.
Very well. So, we're actually both, Florida crime prevention practitioners, and, I got my designation several years ago. And I just went, this past December to get the update training, and I came back with like all these, thoughts and ideas, and, I've been wanting to work with, Officer Amador for quite some time on this, and so, with him having taken a lot of these courses recently and I getting my update, we thought this is a good time. So of course, I came back with, thoughts of ramping up our crime prevention efforts. And, what better way to do that than to reach out to you all and to see how we can, collaborate on things. I understand always that budget is a concern, so these are just ideas on how we can work together to use the resources that are already available to us. And some of the things that, we've been talking about, well, are ways also to work with the other committees, like the Elderly Affairs Committee, injecting or providing, safety, tips and initiatives and things like that. The Neighborhood Improvement Committee, I saw that a few years back, they did, the wrapping of the electrical box with art. Yes, great, yes, and, that was great. That's something that was brought up in our trainings, because that's a crime prevention. It's not only beautification, but it's also a crime prevention efforts, because it reduces, the graffiti and things like that. And always beautifying the neighborhood is always a good thing for crime prevention as well. So this is the example of what you all had, undertaken. And these are some examples, throughout, Fort Lauderdale and other areas. And this is probably the first box we could collaborate with. This is on 60 Avenue and Miami Lakes Drive.
That's in existence now.
This is, the way it looks, yeah, right now. But this is all crime prevention efforts, because of course beautifying, the neighborhood helps, and also that one, yeah. So I thought those were things that we can maybe even reach out and collaborate, because it does kind of, there's lots of areas where the different committees can come together to help out. I know the, Special Needs Committee. And then other, tips, securing houses of worship. These are examples of, information that other agencies put out, and, I thought we can collaborate and work together, on putting out information, in the different ways that you do it. With regards to this, for example, we're starting to reach out to HOAs, and HOAs do a lot of, blasts, email or text blasts, and maybe those are things that, as a committee or as our units, we can approach the HOAs and ask them to maybe put out information regarding not blocking the sidewalks, because I get your point about wanting to, kind of keep it from happening, which is also our perspective. I investigate the cases, and boy, I'm thinking, I wish we could just tackle this beforehand, before things get to the point where we even need to be called. So, pretty much, we're just kind of, this is another thing. Look at this little thing. Evelyn. These are resources that we have. Yeah, right. She was, I think, one of 3 legacy dogs, that are named, she's a therapy dog, and, she was named after one of our officers who was, killed in a line of duty, Evelyn Gord. And, this cutie is available to us for any types of events, or occasions that we want to, have the officer bring her by. These things that you all put out, awesome, great, your public service announcements, this kind of stuff. It's just, so helpful. But just to be able to help to provide more of these things and to really push the information out there. There's something else, but pretty much just wanted to present, the option of collaborating with you guys more on crime prevention, and just kind of trying to come up with ways for us to do that. And, this is the one, for example, the Project Blue Light. I think May is, law enforcement support month, and something simple like everybody turning on a blue light. And, how cool it would be for Miami Lakes to, to really participate actively in this, in May, when we would have time to really promote this. And, maybe even get it, promoted on the Miami Laker, and we'd probably make a nice picture of a bunch of homes with little blue lights on in the front.
Is that blue light, is it, Mr. Bay County or from state?
It's, nationwide. It's across the whole.
Bring it up
Yes, absolutely. And that would be great. So just
Yeah, I'll
kind
give
of.
you my card and then.
Very well, very well. So just, pretty much wanted to introduce myself, let you know that Robin and I do. We sat next to each other in the academy. I won't say why. But we sat next to each other so many months, and, it's a pleasure to have the opportunity to work with him on something that we feel is so important, and to work with a group like yours. And of course, we appreciate all that you've done so far and your expressions of appreciation towards us as well. So that's it, just to make ourselves available and work with you all on the ways that we can ramp up our crime prevention efforts.
Actually, I was just thinking now that they met you already before, because you were the recipient of,
Yes.
recipient of the award last time, so,
Thank you.
yes, yes.
Thank you for that. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to allow us to work with you.
So,
And you're welcome to stay, of course.
yes, of course. Mhm.
Any ideas?
Absolutely.
And have a muffin.
Ah, very well.
And there's a bag is here if you wanna take them home and stay.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Information and I forwarded to the house.
Okay, 6D, fire department report, please.
We have the response times up to November. The December ones have not been acquired just yet. But we didn't go over the response times last time for November, because so the timing. So, ran 345 calls in the town, exactly the same number as we ran in October. 179 life-threatening, 79 non-life-threatening, 38 structure and other fires, which is almost identical to last time. Other emergencies were 49. The response times were actually dropped, is what I'm noticing here. In some cases, they dropped by almost a minute, which is very hard to do now in nowadays environment with the way the traffic is. So not really sure how we did that, but maybe the guys are getting the truck faster. I don't know, but all across the board, the response time dropped by a minute, with the exception of two categories, which were still less than October. So guys are responding well. I just had a question since I had talked to Darwin at headquarters the other day. He said he's still in conversations with Captain Kelly for 64 regarding the mural. So I don't know where they're at with that, but I'm leaving that with him and Captain Kelly regarding where they're going to go with that.
Captain Kelly?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Captain Hall, sorry.
Oh.
I had two people out of my class. One is Sean Kelly and the other one is Kelly Hall. So, and they stood right next to each other. So one's an EMS captain on our shift and the other one's a captain. Really not that much else. Oh, I also sent a snapshot of it, so you guys have to.
I saved it, thank you.
Whole business collaboration with, elderly affairs regarding fire training. Darwin's not here. And
I saw that. What was that regarding?
The committee last month, talked about doing like initiatives around the town where they would, so like an example was the fire extinguisher, like how to use it and different, small initiatives like that. To get the word out to people about safety measures.
So involving, okay.
And they were thinking of getting involved with elderly affairs because they figured, that would be a good collaboration. So what I have on my notes
Darwin's office is right down the road from public education, so.
I know on my notes here, the next steps for that were that Darwin was gonna bring a tentative civicus agenda for the full safety events for you guys to review. He's obviously not here, so I guess the committee would have to vote to defer that for later, if you still wish to continue it at the next agenda.
I'd like to make a motion on the table that for the next meeting, hopefully Darwin will be here and we will have that
if I remember correctly, I don't remember it correctly anymore. But, you may be able to answer this. Isn't elderly affairs planning some kind of thing with safety? And, you know, even last year, we talked about showing people how to, work a fire extinguisher and all this other stuff, and, I feel like we're always talking about it, but we're never getting.
Yeah, that's why we implemented the next steps. So the next steps was for Darwin to bring kind of like an idea sheet
Mhm.
to you guys, so you guys can review a few of the ideas and then go from there.
All right, because if, again, like I said, if I remember correctly, I think elderly is already sort of kind of working on that right now, or no?
No, I think you may
So
be
we're all on the
confusing it.
same page, that's time wise.
Yeah, I think that
I don't have a
the
date.
the
set.
idea of collaborating with elderly affairs came from you guys. Elderly affairs is not talking.
Oh, okay,
I'll go ahead and second your motion.
I didn't hear you. We.
I'm gonna
seconded.
second your motion.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, so we're gonna table that.
We have to vote, we gotta vote, right?
Yeah.
We gotta vote. Yeah. Revise your motion to include, 7A and 7B together, because he's also not here.
Right, okay, all right, seven, I'd like to combine item A, and 7A and B, to table it, to hear back from, Darwin when he's at a meeting, or if he has any, input that needs to be taken care of for the next meeting.
Okay, so you're gonna leave it both to the next meeting, basically.
Yeah, table it.
And,
Okay, all in favor?
and
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, 7C, challenge coins, Rogers. I think there might have been a miscommunication. I had understood that, we were going to check into it, and I was going to be given a name of someone to contact regarding the challenge coins that you all like. Remember that red and blue one that I passed around? So where are we on that?
I spoke to a representative from the PBA,
Oh,
a representative of the PBA, and he gave me the information for their contact that they use is Warrior Coin Company. And it's Detective Michael Zambrana. I sent you a text with that information today, so that you can have it. I just didn't, I had it previously, I didn't wanna, I thought I had to talk about it here in the meeting before giving you information. And the phone number and all that, so he says it can be reached at any time, and he's the one that has the coins, he's the one that designs the coins and all that, so it's easy just to talk to him about it and set something up.
so you're gonna provide me with the, contact number for him,
Yes,
and you said Zambrano
yes,
with a Z.
I send you a
Why
text
do I
message.
know that name? I don't know. Okay,
yeah, he texted to you earlier in the day,
Mhm.
the
You
information.
should already have it.
okay.
And just to remind you guys, the next steps on that one was to bring back a quote. So that would be then, I guess, the pending next step for your meeting. So a quote needs to be brought in front of the board so you guys can move forward on that item.
Correct, I need to get that. All right, so I'll take care of that. Okay, new business. Eliminate 8A. And we are going to 8B.
I think, does she have to make a motion to eliminate that?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have them, because it wasn't done on. at the
Oh,
order of
yeah,
business.
that's what. You've got me on subject here. Okay, yeah, I make a motion that we, eliminate item 8A.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. So, we're down to 8B already, and, we have to do elections.
Is that something that there's members missing? Is that something?
Yeah, but you guys,
But we have.
yeah, you guys have to, you guys have to do it at the beginning of the year. You do have one.
So, okay, position of chair.
I nominate Nancy.
Do you accept the nomination?
I accept the nomination, thank you.
Oh, I was gonna run.
Okay, position of vice
Well,
chair.
hold on, what, are there any other nominations? No, okay, and then a formal vote needs to be taken.
Okay. If you say formal vote, that don't.
Like you guys have to vote.
Or we can just. We don't have to go around the room, we can just say all in favor.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
just a vote.
okay. All right. No other nominees for, chair. Accept the nomination, no other nominees, everybody in favor? Any objections? Any opposed? No, okay. Yay, me. Okay, vice chair.
Nominate Brandon, even though he.
Somebody needs to be present, people need to be present to nominate, we need to accept the nomination.
I nominate Johnny.
I second John.
Well, hold on, do you accept the nomination?
To be honest,
Come on, Josh.
I don't know, because this year I'm gonna be like really busy with a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, I'll set them.
All that through.
Yeah.
We'll write you a note and get you out of it. Okay. Any other nominees? All in favor, Johnny for vice chair? All right. Any objections? Congratulations, Johnny.
Please let Johnny be work early.
It's up next, secretary.
Nominate George.
I nominate George.
Yes, I.
Okay, all in favor of George or any other nominations, for secretary? All in favor of George? Congratulations, George. I think you're doing a great job. Thank you. Who's next?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. So. You know what you want to do? Number 9.
Well, you
No,
guys
we
have to
have
do
8C.
HC, you have 8C.
The-
Oh, you guys added.
I didn't fill it in. I'm sorry. Which one was that?
The vehicles parked on the sidewalk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Does anybody need any more explanation on that, or do you just want to, somebody make a motion of specifically what you want us to do or look into it, or we need a motion of some sort, or so we can do a discussion? If it's-
Well, we already made the motion to discuss it, so now we can discuss.
What I'm saying. so
Oh,
we make a motion.
Those public service announcements.
So,
That would be as a motion, the motion was to amend the.
Yeah, the motion was added to the.
This is the motion on which.
And you want me to be secretary?
great. Well, I missed it too. I take notes as well. So.
I do the motion to
is-
discuss.
You
That's
don't,
right.
just make a motion of what you guys want, and then you'll move into discussion anyways. So I make a motion to whatever it is you guys want to do with it. If
And
anybody
you
has
told me
any
done this
ideas,
before?
based on what she mentioned, that, you know, whatever the idea is, that's what you guys are making a motion for.
So I'll make a motion to place these public service announcements concerning parking, not parking on the sidewalk. And any other things that we can do related to that. I think that covers it all, right?
Okay.
I don't know where, place or where. But I guess we'll discuss.
Yes.
Okay, we got a motion, we got a second,
Who seconded? No, I'll second.
okay,
I'm gonna do that.
discussion. No. Okay. One of the suggestions is to do public service announcement from public safety. I'd also like to see us do something, reminders or whatever we have to do, make announcements, however we have to do it, to remind these residents that just because it's their house in front of that sidewalk, it doesn't mean they get to block that sidewalk. And I think that's really necessary to go all out on that aspect of it. Because that's an education thing to the homeowners, in my opinion. And because nobody does it as at a public building, nobody parks on the sidewalk at in front of town hall. You know, you just don't do it. You go in the parking lot and you park. That's what the is for. You park in the driveway, not on the sidewalk. So yes, George, please.
Do you guys have any, like, the lock it or lose it thing? But concerning parking on the sidewalks, you know?
The thing is that-
That's what we're gonna have to come up with.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm saying, that we can.
But the thing is, with their backing, people will probably listen more than to.
No, like, but like you said, like something like that, you can put the lock and loose on one side and then just a FYI, the explanation of the do not park on the sidewalk on the other side. The people can be like, oh, okay, because 90% of the people, when you tell them, they're gonna be like, oh, even though that they know, they're gonna be like, oh, I didn't know that I cannot do that. And then be like, oh, but I got 3 cars, so what am I supposed to do with the other one? And then you tell them, well, in that case, you see this parking, and you just park it there where it's supposed to be, so.
I don't know, bro, yeah, that's part of the conversation. Because we're.
We're together with this.
Yeah, it's
We're the same.
not necessarily public comments.
Okay. I think that would be great, and maybe we can, get together to do the pedestrian safety, add that to the flyers, and there are times where our guys and gals go out, and we do put the lock it or lose it flyers on the vehicles, and when we're in uniform, we're going, you know, we shouldn't get shot.
Right, and there's some teeth behind it because.
Right, yeah,
They'll be like, who is this guy? Put it up.
Yeah, a separate one.
a separate one, okay.
Yeah, because the Lollapalooza one is already very well presented.
Yeah,
So another card, yeah,
And then just put
take
both of
another
them.
card, yeah, and that
Yeah.
way. And initially, when they see it, they're gonna think it's a ticket,
yeah.
so that card will drop and then they'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way our guys, when we are patrolling and we do see someone, we don't necessarily have to cite them, but we can put the nice little, notice, creative awareness, creating awareness. Sure, and include the statute.
And the statue, I mean, you would, it's amazing the amount of times that the person will call for a complaint because, you know, they can't get through and then the officer come out and they can't get a hold of anybody, so they'll cite the cars. And then the complaints are, oh, they have nothing else better to do, and this, you know, it's just the constant bombardment, but. When you work, you get complaints. Yeah. You know that, so. And then it's, listen, somebody made a complaint because, and it's a valid complaint, you're blocking the sidewalk, they can't get through, and you know that you can't block the sidewalks. No, I've been doing it for the last 10 years, yeah, but now somebody needs to use it and they're calling it in, and now it is what it is. But that's why usually it's, let's talk to the person, give the information first, educate them on the situation, and then give them an opportunity to move their car before actually citing. When did it become, I don't want to say legal, but prevalent for them to park on the roadway in front of their house? They're not blocking the sidewalk, but they're on the street, which would impede emergency vehicles, especially if a neighbor kind of does it close to him. I know that there's, I know the parking situation is horrible, but there's an amount of footage that as long as it's left, that the car can be parked on the street.
As long as it's.
Give them ideas, because then it's gonna be.
There's an amount of feet. Well, there has to be a lot that is measured, and usually as long as the car can go around it.
Okay.
Because that was a problem in the commercial area with the big trucks.
Mhm.
It's, oh, these trucks are here, well, it's commercial, so they can be. And then, oh, but they're blocking the street. But there was enough footage in the middle, so what they're talking about doing now is putting a median in the middle.
And that,
And that's gonna break the footage. Now, it's commercial, but you're not gonna be able to park that truck because now you're gonna be blocking. You're within the amount, and I don't remember what the amount of feet is.
and I remember people parking on the street years ago, and all of a sudden you kind of see it.
Yeah.
I have a question for both of you. It's police and fire involved. I live in Los Angeles, which is the little section across the street from Cypress Village on the north side. And I go berserk when I look down the block and there's cars parked on both sides, which is part of the golf course wall and their property. Today, you could go get a ticket, you know, write a ticket and you could do something with a fire truck to prove the point. There's no way your fire truck's gonna fit between the two cars they've got parked along the wall and then somebody else has another car technically across the street. That fire engine is not going to fit between where those cars are parked right now.
Well, see, our enforcement is not citations, our enforcement is hitting the car and breaking all the mirrors.
There you go.
And then usually when we do that, we get a complaint that we hit their car, but then they don't leave it there again after that. So it's usually like the handles of the truck that is sticking out and stuff like that, and wipe them all out.
Can you drive by there tonight?
Believe me, the amount of vehicle accidents that I get from our guys hitting parked cars is pretty high, so I would strongly recommend they don't park on the street.
There you go.
But you can't even get to the fire hydrant. Because it's the same people, that same area where they park the cars, and you can't get through, and you can't get to the fire.
Oh,
hydrant.
we'll get to the fire
Yeah.
hydrant. The difference is that the couplings will be across the foot of their car and it'll be moving back and forth, causing a
Okay.
nice gouge in their hood. So but nothing's really gonna stop these guys from connecting to that hydrant. I promise you that. And we now have a heavy record that we can be called out and we can move all those cars
Yeah.
to effect the rescue. But I'm jesting here.
I know.
But our people are aggressive with making sure they put that fire out, so.
You mean, or save a life?
Right,
You know, I
no
mean,
amount of parked cars is gonna be in the way.
What's your HOA say about that? Is that legal parking for the HOA? I mean, what is?
How many times can we tell them? Now, we have a management company too, so I don't know what they're doing about it.
I was gonna get to that,
I can't deal with that.
A quick fix is always
Call
the
the
signs that say no parking,
Yeah.
you know, just signs is super fast.
And then call the tow truck and when they have to pay that fee to get their car back.
Well, then no parking sign is on private property. Technically, the only thing legal there is that fire hydrant. It's the ones that are parked along the roadway, which is,
And it says no parking on those or?
no. I mean, if you're saying have the association put up signs, then I'll suggest that as well, but in the meantime, you know, I walk out my front door and I can see it right down the block and it's right there all the time.
We have a lot of neighborhoods and cities in and around Bay County, especially in the north end, that we're so populated. Kind of know that they go in there and they check those hydrants themselves, so they know what that looks like. So it's, I promise you, it's not a surprise to them at all.
Cause you got nice big stickers that can go on the, right in front of them.
No, see, we don't want any complaints that, like the cops do.
We know, you guys can do whatever you guys remember, you're never gonna get complaints.
And when things get dicey, we call the cops and go, hey, can you fix that, please?
All right.
So that note, I really like those stickers that say warning, that you're gonna be, and when they put them on the side of the window,
Extra glue.
they're super hard to take off.
Yeah, it's extra glue,
Yeah.
extra glue.
You're not speaking from experience.
Yeah.
You ever take the back of the stickers off, and like,
You've seen people trying to take them off and they're almost impossible.
but even the protective vacuum before you peel it off and the glue like,
And you can,
yeah, it's gonna be never.
I don't know, should we,
I'll make a motion.
I mean, if I mean personally, I don't think you guys really keep. Agreed to anything particular for putting out any public safety. It was a very general statement. I'm just saying if you need us to move on things.
We're gonna look into it.
Well, then, I think then we should be clear about next steps and who's gonna bring what to the next meeting. But just saying it generally isn't gonna,
Let's-
you know, isn't gonna force us.
Let's just do a preliminary thing, make public safety announcements on whatever methods that we use. Concerning the blocking of, the sidewalk by parked vehicles, just put it out there through social media, whatever else.
So I'll look to see what we can do with that and I guess that's it.
Yeah, on the town website, social media, whatever the case may be.
You know. Nancy? Nancy, something real quick. I'm sorry? Nancy, something real quick. Sure. When I go through this, I try to emphasize and use the right wording that, is important because, and I have it here, is endangering, you know, the pedestrian safety. I think it's something that we need to think about. Putting the pedestrian in danger. Okay,
Let me ask you a question. This is an example. Somebody needs to go around because a car in the sidewalk, and then that person like walking around, get hit by a car. Is that how responsible for that or no? The
That
one
car
on the
blocking
car?
the road?
Yeah.
question.
Civilly, they can probably sue them for anything, but as far as. That's because they can turn around and walk the other way to another street.
Yes, what happens is when they come out, the right of way is of the car.
Okay.
They should have, you know, it's not at the corner where you're crossing the corner, it's in front of a house in the middle of the street. So they should have been more mindful of also aware of the car. So that there's gonna be back to right away, but the civil was what Captain said, the civil. I think there is a way of, because they're always gonna say, I had to go out to the street because of this, there was no other option. And then there might have some.
And that's much more life altering. Civil case.
Yeah,
It does interesting.
thank you, Grace.
Any other announcements or anything? No. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion, I'll second.
So I call you guys JJ. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Adjourned at 7:56 p.m.
Yo no lo tengo.